The president assures the country that the mission has been accomplished. But first we go to 1882, New Haven, Connecticut. The Knights of Columbus, established by Father Michael J. McGivney of St. Mary's Church. It was named in honor of the sailor Christopher Columbus. Originally serving as a mutual benefit society for low-income immigrant Catholics, it developed into a fraternal benefit society dedicated to providing charitable services and promoting Catholic education. It is right now the world's largest fraternal organization, that means no girls allowed, with 1.8 million Catholic members. To 1886, Dr. John Pemberton brews the first batch of Coca-Cola in a backyard in Atlanta. You can see from the ad there, the drink was billed as an intellectual beverage, a temperance drink, and it contained the exhilarating, invigorating properties of the coca plant. It was also a brain tonic and cure for all nervous affliction and a delight for every palate. 1971, the My Lai massacre commander Lieutenant William Calley convicted of premeditated murder and sentenced to life in prison. The sentence was later reduced to 10 years house arrest, and he was paroled less than 3 years later. President Richard Nixon subsequently pardoned him. And on the same day, in 1971, a Los Angeles jury hands down the death penalty for Charles Manson and 3 female followers. That was commuted to life in prison, and Manson remains jailed in California. And finally, now we go to 1973 for this.
4 years and 2 months ago, when I first came into this office as president, by far the most difficult problem confronting the nation was the seemingly endless war in Vietnam. 550,000 Americans were in Vietnam. As many as 300 a week were being killed in action. Hundreds were held as prisoners of war in North Vietnam. And no progress was being made at the peace negotiations. I immediately initiated a program to end the war and win an honorable peace. 11 times over the past 4 years, I have reported to the nation from this room on the progress we have made toward that goal. And tonight, the day we have all worked and prayed for has finally come. For the first time in 12 years, no American military forces are in Vietnam. All of our American POWs are on their way home. The 17 million people of South Vietnam have the right to choose their own government without outside interference. And because of our program of Vietnamization, they have the strength to defend that right. We have prevented the imposition of a communist government by force on South Vietnam.
He's got an honest face. I tend to believe him. That, of course, President Richard Nixon assuring the country that the mission had been accomplished in Vietnam. The last United States combat soldiers had left the country. That is your look back in history, and I am Donald Ng.